Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to the Kirby 64 Let's Play. Anyway, now we're on to Ripplestar, the last world of the game. End game. And the first level of Ripplestar is actually almost an exact copy of the first level from Popstar. Now, some people might say that this is lazy programming, but I think that this is sort of a genius move, and I'm going to explain why. But before you to really understand this, you're going to need to put on your games as art glasses, so I will admit that. But anyway, this level works because it works thematically. Basically, by having this level be almost exactly the same as the first level from Popstar, it essentially makes it clear a few things. One, it makes, you see how happy and colorful this level is? It shows that Ripplestar is not beyond being saved, you know? Dark matter's still there and he's still corrupting everything, but, you know, Ripplestar is still a happy place, and was a happy place before, and still can be a happy place. So, you know, it's not beyond saving. And also it works thematically in that this establishes that, yes, Popstar and Ripplestar really aren't that different, after all, which works in a couple of different ways. First off, it makes a nice little bookend, you know. Start and the finish are sort of similar, that sort of thing. And it also elevates the threat because, you know, you're kind of reminded that when you that after Ripplestar is done being corrupted, you know, Popstar is pretty much next on the plate. Anyway, slight deviation. This is fire lightning. You become a fiery guy and you sort of run for a little bit. Funny, but not really useful. But anyway, yeah, that's sort of what I think about this level. You know, it's a oh, and here is fire ice. It is completely useless. I mean, what else would you expect if you try to combine fire and ice? But I mean, still, it's useless, but it's hilarious as well. Anyway, as I was saying, this is just a great thematic level. Now, were they planning on that? Probably not. But, you know, it's still nice to see, at least. Anyway, in order to get this power-up, you're going to need Spike Bomb, and you're going to need to aim one of the little shot things right in the middle. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, that's the end of the first level. It's just as easy as it was at the very beginning of the game. I'm sure that they weren't, like, completely lazy with this. I'm sure they had a reason. I guess it's just not as, probably just not as artistic as I said it was. So anyway, now we're getting into the more dark levels, as you can probably see, you know. Now you're sort of reminded that, yeah, Ripplestar is still sort of being, possessed here, and that's sort of bad. Anyway, you're gonna want a lightning for this section, because if you have a lightning, then you can break that block there, and then you get the first crystal shard. Yay! So anyway, yeah, for this level, this level's music is sort of bland, I notice. It's just like, you know, it's just sort of the same notes over and over. I mean, most of Kirby 64's songs are great, and it's got a fantastic soundtrack, but the thing is that this song is like 40 seconds long, and it's very repetitive and boring, and there isn't a lot to it. It kind of reminds me of the Zelda 1 dungeon theme. Nope, bad Ted, bad Ted. You will not make fun of Zelda and the Kirby LP. Keep those two things separate. Anyway, something different about Scarfies in this game is that they actually start attacking you as soon as you turn around, as opposed to in the other games when you have to suck them up for them to start attacking you. That's sort of different, I guess. But anyway, since Ripplestar's a lot shorter than all the other levels in the game, all of your friends sort of help you to begin with, just in this level. Like, for example, Waddle Dee is the one who opened up the pathway to get through, and Adeline is... We'll see Adeline later, and as you could see right there, King Dedede blew up the thing. Not the thing. Broke down the wall, so that we could get through. So, anyway, yeah, I guess they just couldn't think of a good way to use the friends in Ripplestar, and that makes sense, you know. It's endgame. So, yeah. I mean, when it comes to, like, being a real endgame level, you know, hard, epic things, I think Shiverstar is really supposed to fulfill that goal, because, you know, Shiverstar has some of the harder levels in the game, and Ripplestar, I think, is more supposed to be atmosphere building, because, as we said, this place is sort of already corrupted with dark matter, So, you know, they're pretty much done here. So, this level really, I don't think most of the Ripplestar levels are intended to be hard or epic or anything. It's just sort of supposed to be dark and sort of spooky. Which I guess works in a way. I mean, people tend to like to have an epic final level. But the final boss, I think, more than makes up for that. But as we'll be seeing later. But I think, yeah, Ripplestar isn't exactly hard, and it's not exactly long. I mean, Ripplestar only has 4 levels, if I'm right. So, it's... Ripplestar, I like it, but at the same time, it's sort of confusing for me. Because, you know, it's like Shiverstar essentially functions as our final level, and Ripplestar builds atmosphere for the final boss and for the world and such, which I like. But then again, you also tend to feel like the game's sort of just marking time. Like, this game's too short. We need at least another few levels to pad it out. But sir, we already developed our final levels. Fuck. What do we do? Let's just make a few more levels, make them creepy and stuff. That'll work. That'll be nice. And so that's just what they did. Yeah. So anyway, for this part, you're going to want to have Cutter. So, get Cutter somehow. Anyway, this is the last instance of invincibility candy, which is sad. Anyway, you're going to need Cutter to break down that wall right there to get the crystal shard. Yay. There are some other goodies you can get by using other power abilities there, but for the most part, it's nothing substantial. But yeah, that was the last time we'll be using the invincibility candy. It's so sad. But anyway, just considering how short the first 2 levels are, I'm breaking sort of my rule of 2 levels per video, and I'm going to just do 3 for this one. So anyway, this level is mostly a enemy rush. Not exactly a boss rush, but we're going to be in a bunch of rooms that have a whole bunch of enemies in them, and we're going to need to kill all of them. So yeah. I can't believe it's almost over, guys. So anyway, for this level, you're going to want to get Spike Fire. Now, you see, I'm pretty sure the enemies for this section are random. I'm almost positive that they're random. So you might end up with Spike Fire enemies in the sort of enemy boss rush rooms that you have. But I wouldn't count on it, so I just recommend bringing Spike Fire along with you. Now, the first room's going to be tough, because Spike Fire is really not that great of an ability, as we'll see in just a moment. But, you know, you'll be able to make it as soon as you get the crystal shard that you need to get with Spike Fire. You can ditch it and then just suck up enemies. It's not in this room, but it's in the room right after it, so that's just giving you sort of a taste of how long you're going to need to keep Spike Fire. And remember that you still have the sliding attack that you can do by pressing down in A, and that can help a lot. So anyway, this is Spike Fire. If you press the B button, you fire an arrow. The longer you hold the button, the farther the arrow will go, and it will also go in an arc. It's slow, it's hard to aim, it's not a lot of fun to use, and it's just not very useful in general. So, other than for this level, I really wouldn't recommend it. Not one of the better weapons, I see. So anyway, you're going to need the spike arrow for fire. You're going to need the fire arrow for this level specifically. You're going to need to shoot the fire arrow right in the dead center of the screen. You see where the sort of sun-shaped thing is? You're going to need to shoot the arrow right into the orange part that I'm standing right now. I don't realize this right away, and I actually have to go back and backtrack for this level in order to get the crystal shard. Because it's like, I was right there, I sort of missed it. So yeah, you just gotta be precise, which is sort of annoying. So yeah, that's how you get the crystal in that room. Back to our regularly scheduled playthrough. So yeah. How about some things? I don't know. I find it interesting the use of the Christmas tree in the background here. I mean, I get the sort of daytime, sunset, nighttime thing they were going for, but I'm not sure about the Christmas tree. I'm not sure what the symbolic nature of that is. Oh, I'm sorry, I still have my Games as Art glasses on. But it sort of just interests me, I guess. So for this level, well, not this level, this enemy rush, we mostly have airborne enemies. And as you can see, Fire Spike sucks at hitting airborne things. surprising. You know, a projectile attack that isn't good against flying enemies. Who'da thunk, right? It's not like projectile attacks are specifically designed to be used against projectile flying enemies, in a way. And I better not die. Oh, I die. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, that's what I get for trying to keep on using Fire Arrow. I mean, seriously, Fire Arrow sucks. So anyway, I find it sort of interesting, this music track right here. It's the only time it plays in the game. It's got sort of a jazz backbeat, but it's got this sort of weird, it's very spooky at the same time, which is odd, because most of the time when I think jazz, I don't think spooky, if that makes any sense. And you can't suck this guy up, so how am I supposed to beat him? Like that, I guess. Just take the damage. Finally, this level is over. And at this point, I'm just saying, fuck this. I really want to end this level. Well, actually, is the level not over yet? I really can't remember. Please be over, please be over, please be over, please be over. No! So anyway, yeah, this level is pretty easy. It's just an enemy rush. I mean, I'd recommend, like, double lightning if at all possible, but again, oh, speak of the devil. No! But I'd recommend double lightning if at all possible. But the thing is that you have to bring in you have to bring in the fire arrow power if you want to get all the crystal shards in the room. So it's really, and seeing as I'm pretty sure that the enemies are random each time, it's really unlikely that you'll be able to get fire arrow. So you'll just have to suck it up, I guess. Ah, you see what I did there? It was a pun! Aren't you glad this game's almost over? Then I can move on to something else. Why do I keep dying in the easiest levels against the easiest enemies? I mean, seriously, the level's literally almost over. I'm pretty sure this is the last room. Like, for reals this time, I'm pretty sure it's the last room. Anyway, you notice that sort of black stuff in the ceiling? We'll be seeing more of that later. But anyway, I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys next time for the final part of Kirby 64.